Hey there, entrepreneurs. It's Dr. Terry Levine, and I want to talk to you today about masterminds. This is a really important topic. I just finished my mastermind with amazing people here in Mexico a couple weeks ago. And a mastermind is a group of people that help and that learn from each other. And I wanted to share because that was an incredible experience that I'm repeating in Philadelphia in October, and of course in Mexico next year. The most effective mastermind groups are comprised of outstanding, highly motivated leaders who work together to find solutions to issues, to provide each other advice, and literally to inspire each other to new heights of achievement. And that's just what's happening. The most effective mastermind groups really have members that act as kind of a personal board of advisors to one another, which is why very often I call my mastermind groups peer advisory boards. And I was watching my mastermind group, and they're still working together. They will be for the entire year. They're assisting each other in making the most of business possibilities, in providing loving, honest, constructive criticism, reviewing each other's work, and in addition, they are keeping each other accountable. Napoleon Hill, the author of Think and Grow Rich, he coined the phrase mastermind to describe steel tycoon Andrew Carnegie, whose growth he chronicled in his writings. And from very humble beginnings, Carnegie became the wealthiest man on earth. To Carnegie, the secret of his company's success was not his personal intellect. It was the sum of all these minds, his words, that I have gathered around me. Therefore, the term mastermind was established. Napoleon Hill said that the mastermind principle was the most important thing that helped him succeed. If you haven't read Think and Grow Rich, I highly encourage you to do so. There's so many advantages to being a part of a mastermind, and there's ways to determine if a mastermind is right for you. And I want to just go through a few highlights today, because then if you think you might want to come and get a special invitation for the one in Philadelphia area in October, then you can just put the word mastermind below and I'll personally reach out to you. So again, take Andrew Carnegie's concept of taking as many perspectives into a single mastermind. As I said, it's not new. And many people think that this even came from the Bible. The apostles of Jesus Christ showed how a group might use its members' expertise to accomplish a goal. There's a common thread amongst all the established people in history of doing some form of masterminding. One of those that I have to use, since I live close to Philadelphia, is Ben Franklin. As a very young man of 21 in the year, I believe it was 1727, he preferred to network with his acquaintances from other professions in a group setting rather than meet with each one individually. And the Junto Club was founded by him and 12 other individuals. For the subsequent 38 years, the group got together on Friday nights. Franklin volunteered to host the meetings. He did it in all kinds of locations. I think they started in a pub and later moved to a residence. And in order to facilitate these meetings, what he did was compile a list of thought-provoking questions that would funnel very fruitful discussions. Same thing I just did here in Mexico. And he reported that as a team, they were literally top-notch. As a group, the members of the club helped build the Pennsylvania Hospital, the University of Pennsylvania, the first prestigious library in the United States, and a volunteer fire department. A big component of the success that the club members achieved was the mutual support that they got from one another. So for me, the members of the mastermind are critically important. Going forward in masterminding, you've got Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, Harvey Firestone, John Burroughs, and I think it was in 1944 that they decided to enhance the quality of travel and to bolster road safety in the United States. For about a decade or so, the group embarked on a tradition of a yearly road trip vacation. I think they lasted about 2 weeks each. And the group got to learn together and relax. And they call themselves the Vagabonds, which I thought was really cool. Now, if we fast forward and you look at Pixar, Pixar had an experiment with reimagining animated films that started in the 1990s. Studio bosses have been sending filmmakers required notes for a very long time. And while the notes were certainly meant to guarantee some form of success, they kept leading to a formula that was kind of lacking in flavor. So instead of using antiquated methods, Pixar's writers and their directors established an internal brain trust, and they provided constructive criticism to one another's work in progress. And then it was up to the directors to decide which recommendations to implement. Now, the brain trust wanted them to refine their storyboards based on comments and to come back with updated versions that fixed the problems that they were finding. And the filmmakers at Pixar say they were able to use this method to their advantage. It resulted in groundbreaking yet universally appealing storytelling. So according to Think and Grow Rich, going back, there are psychological and financial benefits to being part of a peer advisory board. This type, this is what Napoleon Hill said, this type of cooperative alliance has been the foundation of nearly every great fortune. So the key to your financial success may lie in this simple truth. Following this, I have looked at how to attain the financial and psychological rewards that Napoleon Hill mentions by really dissecting what show up for me as the 12 main advantages of a mastermind. And one of the first is really important for me is having the advice and encouragement of people you hold in high regard, right? So if you have a challenge, if you have an obstacle, you definitely want to come and bring that to a mastermind group. And in addition, sharing your triumphs with those who genuinely value them. I don't know, to me, it makes the experience so much sweeter. We're social beings. We're hardwired to form close-knit communities like we have here in the Heartrepreneur community. This is how we gain support and learn from one another. We do yearn as human beings to share our gifts with others in a tribe. And then I'm paraphrasing Seth Godin on that. So sharing to me is the second benefit. That's where the rewards start to accrue. In order to make a difference, first, we have to figure out what are the things that we want to fix, which of those problems, so to speak, are actually within our control, and then which factors affect those portions. And finally, we have to figure out what the heck do we need to do to make a change. And it might be challenging to find the time to think through complicated topics in this manner when you're in the hustle and bustles of your day-to-day business. When you're sharing with a mastermind group, as opposed to just yourself or one coach, consultant, or advisor, it's way more beneficial than even journaling or talking things out with a coach or even a therapist, because you'll receive questions and comments from other great minds, right? A superb mastermind, in my experience, is a group of people who will have your back and will listen to you, even if you need to vent about something. After committing to a plan, let's say for a year, did you ever discover that another superior option was literally sitting there the whole time, right? Maybe a video online or a suggestion online convinced you to buy a product or service, and then you get it only to find out there's a lot of flaws in the system. Well, this is another problem that masterminds solve. Isolation is a problem for entrepreneurs. We're the only people who truly care about protecting our business interests, and solving any difficulty in our business when we're working alone comes as a significant price. And the opportunity cost, well, that is even considerably higher. And if you listen to criticism often, you can cut down on the amount of time you waste working inefficiently. You can receive from the mastermind group candid feedback from successful business people in a reputable mastermind group. Our masterminds can assist you in honing your personal and your company strategies over the course of our twice-a-year meetings. And we're also with you all year long. And if you have a crisis in your business, we're your advisory board to provide you with comments that can help you achieve even better outcomes and refine your focus. One of the things I love is that you can make course corrections quickly when you're getting well-informed and timely feedback than waiting to do it on your own. And I also understand that finding constructive criticism is a bit challenging at times, right? Whether it's your life partner, your supervisor, a coworker, a colleague, the advice can be tainted by bias, excessive pessimism, selfishness, indifference, or unwavering backing. And when you consult your mastermind's board of advisors, on the other hand, you will get their counsel on how to advance constructively and favorably towards your objectives. So I'm encouraging you to use your intellect to come up with ideas when you're stuck for inspiration, and to allow the members of our mastermind group from all different backgrounds and all different points of view to hold you at a brainstorming session and help you discover new perspectives based on the variety of ideas that you'll get. You're going to certainly get advice from me as your group leader. In addition, you're going to get help from the group in streamlining your business processes, brainstorming ways to increase your income, and also to improve your leadership skills. And this critical feedback, this critical information truly helps you gain abilities that I can honestly tell you, members of my mastermind group, many of them have acquired this knowledge in a few minutes that it took others years to do without a mastermind group. Being the facilitator, I pair all the participants with the right amount of expertise to make sure that the mastermind flows and happens. I make sure that I am picking members and that I am verifying that these members have a wide range of experience and expertise. I find that in times of critical decision-making, the structure of this advisory board that you will have from the mastermind is invaluable. So I want you to know at each meeting, there's time for you to discuss anything that you need the group's expertise on. We've had brand new objectives, brand new marketing ideas, brand new programs, pricing, employees, leadership, social media, websites. There's just everything. In our groups, we also discover ways to collaborate and to back each other up in entrepreneurial endeavors. So you can make better use of your own skills, use of your own team and their skills. You can discover business opportunities and joint ventures. You can reduce expenses by sharing resources. My gosh, you can trade recommendation. It's like you're joining forces in business endeavors. So when you enter the mastermind group, again, you want to put the word mastermind below. With the exception of a referral or partnership idea, I want you to understand that is not the advisory board's purpose. A mastermind means stronger than the sum of its parts. It's an advice exchanging session, helping each other, getting to know each other, and it really can make a huge difference in moving forward. So as the leader, as the facilitator, I will pair you with a group that will be highly supportive. No one is here to compete. And I go to great lengths to assure that my group members are a good cultural fit. And I'm super pleased with the many successful partnerships and synergies that have emerged from running masterminds now for about 30 years. A mastermind group can help you reach a short-term objective and also to expand and to scale your business and your thinking. It will assist you in keeping your eye on the big picture when it comes to your profession and business. And the outside views of the group, oh my gosh, they're great value to you as an entrepreneur. If you take their advice, you can build a company that is more efficient, more lucrative, and more valuable, and even a company that you can sell down the road. So Will Rogers said, one by reading and the other by association with smarter people. That's how he said you acquire new knowledge. And I love that. I've used that quote often. I found from our recent group in Mexico, effective methods have emerged in the blink of an eye. We at the Mastermind group talked about everything to do with technology and how to put it into process and practice. And my Mastermind members right now are gaining an advantage over their competitors. They know what's working, what's not quite right yet, what kind of experiences to share. You can save yourself a hassle of time and money that might not give you a significant ROI. You know, that happens in business. You could also, and this happens at all my mastermind groups, stumble onto a chance encounter that literally can open doors of opportunity for you. Having other thinkers on your side and having all of our masterminders with you can open doors you never would have imagined. I introduced someone to Jack Canfield, someone else to Dr. Joe Vitale. I can go on and on. I will tell you that if you want to be considered, again, hashtag mastermind, you have to place a premium on making connections. This is not networking, right? This is looking to create formidable business partners and to making contributions. I'm very generous with contact information during a mastermind, and so are the members. So if you're one who's willing to reciprocate, you're going to get a lot from the mastermind. Now, I also know that sometimes when little issues are not addressed, you can feel scared, you can feel anxious, you can keep putting things off to later. Those things are the things that become obstacles. That's why you need a mastermind. Before problems cause significant distress for you or your business, we're going to verbalize them, break them down. You're going to discuss them with me and the group members. When you're regularly discussing the issues facing your company, you are going to find that everything becomes easier in your business, and that's my goal. So I want you to think right now about the things you want to achieve during the rest of this year, including any challenges that you'd like to have solved, because that is what our group members will do with you and for you. We will help you reach your goals, and I will facilitate that. If you have a strong desire to see the success of other ambitious individuals and are open to accountability and support, again, it's hashtag mastermind. Being responsible for your actions is a very effective approach to motivate yourself, to move into the future, to accomplish, to acquire new skills, and to enhance your professional development. So a three-tiered commitment structure is what happens at our masterminds. First, we ask that you take a solemn vow with yourself. Then we ask that you make a promise to another person, and then that you make a commitment to the mastermind in whole. This is how we actually get you to follow through on promises. This is how we get you to achieve your goals and not just hope that you will achieve them. This is how, as contemporaries, we will hold you with love. This is how we will be your advisory board and be there with you and for you. The motivation that you're going to gain from the mastermind is truly going to make all the difference. A lot of people who participate in my mastermind groups literally show up each week talking about their success. It makes such a big difference. I already saw one person who has way more confidence, way less anxiety, has a support system, and is moving through what could have been tough times in her business with a lot of ease and grace. So I've given you quite a bit about masterminding, and I'm inviting you to see if you would be a good part of this group to get remarkable results. Don't forget, Jim Rohn said, the person you spend the majority of your time with will determine your typical personality, and the 5 people you spend the most time with will determine your income. You're going to grow as a person and a business owner as a part of my mastermind groups. I absolutely guarantee that. In fact, if you come to the mastermind and you don't feel that you got a lot from it, just come up to me at the end of the first day and just say, not the right fit. No questions asked, happy to give you all your money back. So this is your direct invitation. This is the rationale. It's coming up in Montgomery County, Pennsylvania, in the beginning of October. I'll give you more details. #Mastermind. Let me see if you're a fit. And if you are, I'll embrace you, nurture you, and my mastermind community will have your back with a full year of support. Let me know. #Mastermind. Bye now.